2018 Jaguar F-Type Drive. The Jaguar F-Type SVR is the fastest Jag you can buy right now, featuring some pretty impressive specs. A 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 3.5 seconds, a top speed of 200 miles per hour and 575 PS from a 5-liter V8 makes it fast on paper, but you'd come to that conclusion simply by looking at it. The F-Type SVR goes one step further, and is adorned with a huge carbon fiber wing and other aerodynamic surfaces that help it stick to the road. Basically, it's very nice, and therefore you can imagine my answer when Jaguar asked if I'd like to drive it around Rockingham's infield circuit. As much as I enjoy driving fast cars that I'll never be able to afford around a track, there was an interesting tech element to this event too. A few months ago, Jaguar announced that the 2018 SVR would come with GoPro ReRun app integration, so it could effectively capture your best moments and then combine them with all the data you'd want to see, such as G-forces, speed, braking and throttle application and so on. This meant I'd get a souvenir from my track day, too. If you're interested to see what my driving skills were like, watch the video above from the camera attached to the rear of my car. As I was using a GoPro Hero Black 5, I've also been able to overlay the track layout, along with G-forces and speed. Even with my less than ideal driving, you can see the sheer speed and capability of the new 2018 F-Type. And because of the car's four-wheel drive, you can see just how confident I am with the throttle on corner exits. Taking a look at the speedometer, you get an idea of how extreme the acceleration is. Driving the 2018 Jaguar F-Type SVR. After a sighting lap with an instructor, it was time to pair up with another tech journalist and do a few laps. There were 4 cars in a total, the first with an instructor at the wheel, and then 3 behind, full of journalists. After sitting in the passenger seat for the first run, it was time for me to get behind the wheel. With one GoPro attached to the bonnet of the car, and my own GoPro attached to the rear, it was time to set off, and after only a light touch of the throttle, I realized what I was in for. Although the Jaguar F-Type SVR might be blessed with flowing lines and a sophisticated interior, there's nothing subtle about its performance. Touching the throttle results in instantaneous movement and a growl of its 4 exhaust pipes. You'd be forgiven for thinking that you've been rear-ended, it's that violent. It takes a few corners to get used to this brute power, but after that, taming the F-Type SVR wasn't difficult. The car I was driving is a 4-wheel drive, although it's available in 2-wheel drive as well, and that means it could handle pretty much anything you can throw at it. Slinging the F-Type around bends with slightly too much speed resulted in nothing more than a slight wiggle, and the worst thing that happened, to me, at least, was a smidge of understeer. The combination of 4-wheel drive and huge downforce meant I could be particularly ambitious with the throttle when exiting the corners, too. And then there are the brakes. There were several times when I, and certainly my passenger, approached the corner slightly worried about our speed, only for the SVR's ceramic brakes to somehow scrub off velocity at an alarming rate. Ceramic brakes have 2 advantages: they're extremely powerful, and their performance doesn't fade over time. Both of those factors probably came into play.